I was really thrilled when you sent a story, Soul Scream's way. Can you tell us a little bit about it, please?
This story actually got repurposed from a previous anthology that I had submitted to. It was not accepted for that one. That anthology never actually came together, which is a shame because I think it was a really neat idea for an anthology. Ultimately, the story is about dancing and what it means to us and why we dance it and why and who we dance for and how we dance and what it means to be a human who dances. Um,
And may I say,
oh,
it was a thrilling story to get for Soul Scream. So thank you.
you're welcome. All
Can
right,
you can
so
you give us a little
I'm
bit?
not gonna have. I don't think I'll have a chance to time to read the whole thing. So we'll just
No, just give them a taste.
get
We
you
want them
into
to
the
buy the
thing, and
damn
then
thing.
just tell the damn story. Yes, I know.
Okay.
All right, there we go. It'd be nice if my computer would cooperate. The title of this story is "We Dance." Okay, Anderson, you like the desert, right? Anderson leaned back in his office chair. He'd been studying social media feeds all morning, trying to learn more about the dancers. The American CDC had referred to them as an epidemic more than once. The desert sounds like a nice change of pace, he allowed. What's there? Burton's grin widened. The stat boys discovered where it started, they think. 20 groups of indigenous people started dancing at almost exactly the same time across the world. North America, Japan, and here in Australia. You interested? Anderson paused a moment as he considered the obvious questions. Just coincidence, right? Maybe. What if there is a connection and we bring it home? He thought about it. What if, indeed, promotions, fame, fortune? You coming with me? You and me. Carter's already on the scene. We can meet him there. Meet him there. We leave in 2 hours. 2 hours? You couldn't have cut it any closer? Why wait? Also, there's a caravan heading down there. Food, meds, shelter, all that stuff. I got us 2 spaces on the bus. Anderson opened his mouth to ask another question, but he was shushed by his coworker. It'll keep. We're heading to the great northern freaking desert. Let's see. The mission was Anderson and Burton's, but the caravan was Orit Kahane's. She was a 90-pound, 4'10" former Israeli intelligence officer turned linguist. The dark sunglasses perched on her nose, identical to Anderson and Burton's, were the only obvious link to her status as a bureau employee. The rest of her looked ready for a long trip to the outback. A dark-skinned woman worked with her, similarly attired. After introductions, Anderson stared at the woman and blinked when he sort of recognized her. I've seen you before. She looked up from the pack she was checking and smiled, a wide, toothy grin. Maybe. You got a teenage daughter? Yeah, she's 12. Close enough. You probably have seen me before then. Orit rolled her eyes. If you've heard the radio in the past 3 years, you've heard one of her songs, mate, she chided. This is Jess M., biggest pop star in the country. Anderson stared at her. She had a wide face with no cheekbones and hazel eyes, a hair taller than Orit, walnut skin. Not bad looking, but not pop star material, he'd have thought. What are you doing here? Jess zipped up the backpack and tossed it in the back seat of the safari. I got a call. Actually, my manager got a call and a visit from the boys in Darwin. I happened to be there for a show when all this came down. They said they wanted me to look at some native performance and named a ridiculous figure for my time. I said yes. And your tribal roots just happen to match, right? She shrugged. There are hundreds of tribes and dozens of native languages. Government types don't usually acknowledge that. But if I come out and call them racist fucks, I don't get paid. And yeah, it's interesting to come back home. Though my people are from Queensland, if the Alex Springs guys are using the native dialect, I probably won't understand much. Or I checked her watch. We should go. It's 4 days to Alice Springs across the Stewart Highway, and I guarantee there will be delays along the way. The two women rode up front, Oric behind the wheel and Jess riding shotgun. The two men rode in back. Supplies were crammed in every cubic centimeter of available space, which left them little room to move. Not much leg room, is there? Anderson grabbed. Uh, Deal with it, will you? We're on a mercy mission. He wondered about the mercy they could offer. Random people started dancing in a public space, and suddenly a crowd of them were there. Ordinary folks about their day just showed up and joined. No cause, no reason. It just happened, and it was spreading. That much they knew for a fact. I'm going to skip a little bit. Yeah, no one needs a description of a highway. Um, this is nothing, or it's insistent when they complained. The road is a two-lane sealed roadway. It has to be with all the cattle caravans heading between Darwin and Alice Springs. Now, you head off in any other direction, the roads are unsealed. Then you start seeing dust. They invented ways to pass the time. Orator just belted out Jess's entire catalog, but she good naturedly took up any tune anyone cared to sing, up to and including making up new verses to Dumb Ways to Die, the Metro Public Service bit. Burton had just worked out a shared rhythm between his attempts to drum on her headrest. Anderson had to admit he was good at it. After a while, the pounding became as regular as a heartbeat, and he switched patterns. She switched along with him. Anderson turned to him. You a music major? I didn't always work for the Bureau. And music majors make the best programmers, code breakers, and mathematicians.